105 yesterday, and that used to be normal, but not for the last 30 years or so.
Okay, Mike, I'm going to introduce you to the guys now.
Okay.
This man over here is Finbar Clancy.
Finbar.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good to
George
see you.
Murphy, the new kid on the block.
George.
Hi, Mike. Nice to meet you.
Brian's going to sit down here.
How you
Brian
doing, boss
Dunphy.
man?
Great. Good to see you.
And Darren Holden here.
Hi.
Darren, good to see you.
We're 30 minutes from showtime, so it's all yours, okay?
Okay, let me see if I can hit the right button here. Okay, are we ready to start?
You can see us okay, yeah?
Yeah, you're a little dark, but I think I can lighten that up.
That's the sun. We've got great weather here.
Okay. Welcome home. This is the Irish Roots Cafe, where every day's a holiday and there's always room for one more. So Katie, bar the door. Sweeney, sweep the floor. Molly, wet the tea, and let's get this show on the road. Boy, we've got a treat for everybody today. It's the High Kings, and I know genealogists might study their family all the way back to the Ardrey, the High Kings of old Ireland. So somebody must have a sense of history there. I'm going to start off and talk with them about a little bit about maybe their family history, where they came from, where their ancestors might have come from. If you're willing, it's not necessary, but some of our people are very, very fine, and they like to know about surnames and where they're located and where certain branches are located. So if anybody would like to take that one or go around and introduce yourself at the same time, go right ahead.
Okay. My name is Finbar Clancy. The Clancys of Caricature, County Tipperary.
Yeah.
My father was Bobby Clancy, and my uncles were Liam, Tom, and Paddy of the Clancy Brothers. So.
Yes, well known.
My name is George Murphy. I'm the most recent addition to the group. I've only been with the lads now for the last 7 or 8 months. Really enjoying my time here. The Murphy name is a very, very common surname in Ireland. I believe it might have originated down around the County Cork.
Yeah.
But I'm a Dublin man through and through, and I don't know enough about my family history to delve into them matters with you, but hopefully I'll know a bit more next time round, and I'll tell you then.
Well, it's when you move away that you look back the most and try to find things out. If you've been there forever, you don't need to explore it quite as much.
100%.
Okay, next.
Yeah, hi, I'm Brian Dunphy. I'm also from Dublin. My dad was a Dublin man, and my mum is a Sligo man, or Sligo woman. So I'm half, as we say here, half culture, half city boy. So I wear that with pride.
Yeah.
My dad was a singer all his life, for 55 years of his life.
What did he sing?
Sorry?
What did he sing? What style?
He basically sang Irish country songs and had numerous #1 hits during the 60s and into the 70s, and toured quite extensively in America, over New York and Boston area. And he had a wonderful career. He passed on a few years back, but it's nice to be carrying on his legacy.
Yes, that's what it's all about. Next.
Next.
We'll be back.
Darren Holden here. I'm a full-on culture from a little village called Mooncoin in South Kilkenny, and I believe our family name. I don't know a lot of the details about it, but I believe it came from Wales, and my ancestors came over to Ireland hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And we've settled in South Kilkenny, and there's about 7 or 8 different versions of Holden families in the same area, and we're not related at all, which is really intriguing in a way.
Yeah,
but I think if we delve into it in a big way at some point, if we have some time, I think that we'll figure out that there is a common thread there.
Yeah, a lot of times you move away and they come back, or sometimes move to Europe and then come back to Ireland, and you don't know where the connection was. How about anybody got any connections with singing in Irish or the Sean-Nós?
Not particular. We've all kind of dabbled in it along the way, but we have done a couple of songs that were 4-part harmony, Irish songs. We haven't particularly tapped into the Sean-Nós as yet.
Well, it's not the most popular version for modern audiences, that's for sure, but I sort of follow it.
Well, no, it's great. It's great, and it's so difficult to do that. There's some really, really incredible singers out there.
Well, yeah.
I know actually in Sean-Nós. My mother's from the Gaeltacht area is the Irish-speaking area of County Waterford, outside the town of Dungarvan, and she's a native Irish speaker. And there's a number of Sean-Nós singers One of them was Nick Law's Tobin. There's a festival in Ring. There's a song called "An Buchling Born," which means my white-haired boy.
Yeah.
It's a lovely song. So yeah, my mother's family is from County Water. My father, the Clancys, I remembered in the middle when the lads were talking. The Clancys originally came from County Clare. My great-grandfather came from County Clare. That's where the Clancys originated. And moved to County Tipperary.
That's where the OLaughlins originated, in Clare. You know, so we got some roots here. But it's good to know you grew up with the language then, right in the house, huh?
Well, my father couldn't speak it. My mother could speak it, and she started to try and speak in Irish to us, and we were just like, it's too hard.
Yeah. I understand that. What's your favorite tunes out of everything you've done, or just a personal tune you like? You might find yourself humming when you're walking out on a day. What do you like?
That we do ourselves?
Yes.
Rocky Road to Dublin is the one that we always kick off the show with. It's just kind of rebel rousers, and it's the one that's been most popular on YouTube and Spotify and all that. So that's really one for me.
Yeah, Parting Glass as well is one that we normally finish our show with.
Yes, that's popular over here too. A lot of people finish it off. A lot of just local bands will use that song a lot. Not with your polish, that's for sure. I notice you guys are more informal than most on your album, like Decade. That's sort of nice to see. It's like you're talking to real people, the way it was laid out and just straightforward. Is there any philosophy behind that?
No, we just wanted to give people a feel for the band, you know, like how we go about our business in the studio. And it's very relaxed. And we had a photographer in there who wasn't actually taking portraits as such. It was just sort of, you know,
Fly on the wall.
Yeah, fly on the wall stuff, really. So while we were in the studio recording, just having some laughs and being creative as we are. And we just had the guy there just taking pictures, which was really a great thing for us to even see, you know, because it was a totally different approach. And again, it's like keeping it sort of, you know, casual, and so that it's relative to everybody, really.
Yeah, it feels more real that way.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
You didn't have to put on tuxes or anything to do formal poses. That takes some of the fun out of it, I think. Let me see. How about? Well, you've already said you've got several of you already mentioned you had musical heritage in your family. Your father would sing, or probably everybody sings. I don't know if you listen. Let me see now. The album. Did you have a philosophy behind the album Decade, or did it just sort of happen?
It's sort of a celebration of 10 years, so we took songs that were very popular with the live show and songs that were downloaded the most and people enjoyed listening to and singing along to the most, and then just compiled it. There was a number of songs that we recorded for the first time as well, that we had recorded on previous live albums that we thought we need to get into the studio to do a proper version of this.
Yes.
So that was the kind of idea behind it, just to get a bunch of songs that people really enjoy and we enjoy singing and put them on one album.
With the importance of the harmony that you've got, is there? I sing, you know, a lot of solo, the old style stuff, but when you've got to harmonize so much, does one person take the lead, or do you all aim for the same point and get there?
Just depends on the song. I mean, we like to share it out as much as we can. We do have solo songs in the show, and we have group songs. A lot of the a cappella stuff that we do, we like to give each other a verse and then just do 4-part harmony in the choruses. That's kind of the norm, the way that we work. But, you know, harmonies are coming through every single song in the show. We do 27 songs all together in the 2-hour show. So there are going to be harmonies in there all the time. And the one thing that we've worked really hard on is the fact that, you know, all the songs will not sound the same. You may have heard this song a million times before, but the High King style will be worked on, and will be worked on for a few weeks before we get it right. The arrangement has to be correct, and it has to be something that you've never heard before. And
I get that. Now, have you been to the States before on tour?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. We've been
now what's your favorite venue? Well, you can't answer that. They're all the best.
They're all our favorite.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I see this will be running on a podcast video on YouTube and places. I'll let people know to keep their eye out. You're going to be starting on August 2nd, you'll be in Des Moines and then Waterloo, Indianapolis, Peoria, Dubuque, Minneapolis, Kansas City, Boston, New York, Mooresville, Atlanta, Asheville, Kent, Ohio, Cincinnati, and it goes on all the way to September 30th, about 25 shows or so. How are you going to hold up?
Well, I've only done one American tour with the lads so far. I know the lads have done numerous at this stage. I found it a great experience traveling around. I think we held up okay. There are some days where you get tired and it's but you just have to dust yourself off and get up on stage and just and give it your best every show, because at the end of the day it's about the people that are coming to see you. So even if you are feeling a little bit tired, that has to go out the window for the people who are sitting like in the audience that want to see a High Kings show. Each night has to be as good as the last, you know. So you have to give it your best regardless of how you're feeling. And you know, we all have families and some of us have children and stuff, and you know, you miss home and you miss your family and your friends and everything. But when you're on tour in America, the work absolutely has to come first. And we have a lot of fun along the way, but you know, some days can be draining. So you just have to put your best foot forward at all times, you know.
When you get home and it's all over, what do you do? Do you walk on the beach? Do you just stay home with the family? Or do you have some nice home cooked food?
Lots of hugs. It takes a good couple of days to get back into routine, but yeah, it's like anybody coming home from work.
Yeah. You need a couple of days to decompress, I would bet. How's your voice? How do your voice hold out from the beginning of the tour to the end? Are you getting a little raspy at the end, or how's that work?
Sure,
Jameson.
That's lubrication with the beer. The whiskey.
That's right. Well, what else could you comment on what you do and how you do it? What should people think of when they think of the High Kings? And go ahead.
Well, if anybody's never seen us, it's 2 hours of just rebel-rousing music. Every song sounds completely different. We play 13 instruments between us, and it's nothing like anybody's heard before. So they really should check us out on the website hightKings.com or on the YouTube. It's all there. From the Decade albums really represents the band really well. So that's the one where they should check it out.
Yeah, and they can get tickets at thehighkings.com too if they need to get tickets in advance. I see you're playing here in Kansas City at the Irish Fest, which I assume will be outside.
Yes, it'll be outside. We had a great time there last year. The crowd's always wonderful in Kansas City. And, you know, we have so many friends and fans coming from all over the world. And we actually got a chance to perform at the baseball game. What was it, Chiefs?
The Royals.
Royals, yeah.
A couple of years ago, which was really phenomenal for us. But we love KC, and we love the food, and we love the ribs and everything. Barbecue. Come out and see us.
That's right. Barbecue is right. How many outside venues do you do compared to inside?
It's 50-50 really. We do a lot of festivals over in America. We've been touring America for 10 years now. We spend 3 months of the year, every year for the last 6 over in America. So we do rock venues. We do. The great thing about our gig is that we can tour it anywhere. Be small venues, rock venues, stadiums, can be anywhere.
Yeah. How about when you get back to Ireland? Do you do much there, or do you just rest?
We're here working right now, so we're waiting on. In about 2 minutes' time, we're doing a gig.
That's right. All right. What'd you have for lunch or dinner? I was late.
Bacon.
Corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah. That sounds good. I'll be sure to pass the word on to everybody here. We'll get it up on YouTube, and I think Patty McPoland is your tour manager.
Yes.
And I one time researched somebody's roots, and there's big debate on are the McPolans related to the Polans, and someday I'll have to talk to him about that and see where they really come from. I know he's down in Monaghan, isn't it? I think. Yeah. So that's it. Any other parting comments so you can get busy?
Just look forward to seeing everybody on the tour over the States when we come over next month. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a party, and we look forward to it.
Tickets are selling fast, so if you want to come and catch one of our shows, just be sure not to miss out and go on to hightKings.com and pick up your ticket.
Gotcha. And I might get by in Kansas City if I can sneak out of the house. I'm running around too, doing things out of state, and I come in and out. Kansas City's getting big, bigger than they did 20 years ago. That's for sure. So you'll be a hit. I'll spread the word best I can.
Thanks a minute.
Thank you.
Okay. Talk to you soon. Cheers.
Thanks for the time.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.